Hello everyone, this is Dan from Tasco.com, and in today's video I am going to add a custom uh, question and answer in the product page with the validation. So if the question is answered correctly, you can add it to cart. If it's answered incorrectly, you're not allowed to add to cart. It has been asked by a couple of people to add it and how to add it. Not quite sure how that's going to help the raffle or anything like that, but probably, I don't know, it's something to do with uh, I don't know, terms and conditions or anything like that. So I'm not quite sure. A few people asked me how to do it, so I'm going to show it in this video. I don't want to put it in the main product because it's pretty simple to do and you can customize it the way you want. You can do a lot of things. To put it in the backend in the admin, it takes a lot of effort and time. So it will be better to focus my time on something else, something that a lot of people are been asking or anything like that. So what actually essentially is going to do, so it's going to put a question here and then you have to the customer has to answer one of the questions. So if now I'm going to say add to cart, it's not going to allow me. A message should pop up here. It says, select an answer. So if I'm going to pick the wrong answer, it's going to tell me, hey, uh, try to find the right answer. So if I put London, um, that's going to give me add to cart, and now it should be all right. So how can we achieve that in an easy, simple way and customizable way? uh, it's pretty simple to do. What you have to do in the backend in the admin area, you need to have a child team, and to generate the child team you need to have, usually I do by adding a new plugin. So child team child team generator, and it's going to create you a child team. I always suggest to have a child team whenever you have a WordPress installation. So I have one installed, I create a new child team and I activated it. So now what I do, I go into appearance, team file editor, and now it's going to go into my active team. And in there, I'm going to go to functions. That's where I'm going to put all the codes to do the put up question and the validation. So for this example, you only need two actions, two hooks. One is going to be before add to cart, and the other one is going to be the validation. So I'm going to put this code in one of my pages on tasco.com and a link to it. So if you copy and paste this code, and then you can customize it the way you want. So what the first one does, add to cart. Before add to cart is the location where our question is gonna reside. All right, so it's gonna be before add to cart. If I say after add to cart, so if we change that there, before, after. After add to cart is going to be displayed after the button cart. All right. So it's pretty straightforward. You can put it anywhere you like on the page here. You just have to follow, look at the hooks where they are triggered. So a good thing is that you can learn a bit of uh, coding in WordPress. So for those of you that don't have knowledge of programming, so it's going to take a custom function, which I call it task code custom question product, and it's going to be this one here. So what I do, I take the global product, which is the one that it's actually displaying. I get an ID, okay, from that product, and I say, is this a raffle product or not? Because I want to display the question only for the raffle products, right? And it's gonna give me a few options, yes, no, or empty. Okay, so if it's not yes, if it's empty or no, um, I'm gonna return. I said, you know what, this is not the raffle product. You know what, go back, and that's gonna reflect on here. So if I go to shop and select a non-raffle product, which is this one, laptop raffle, eh, I shouldn't have the I shouldn't have the question. So I don't have the question here. So if I add to cart, it should be working fine, which it does. All right. So I go back. So if my product is raffle, yeah, keep going. And I'm going to put a question. What's the capital city of England? You can put whatever question you want. And here I'm going to create a select and multiple options. As you can see, the first one is empty because it's a select. Um, the second one is Paris, Madrid, London. I don't have any spaces. Sometimes people make a mistake of adding a space here. All right, no put any spaces. Then here you can do whatever. Uh, you can put style equal font size, 1 rem. I don't know, probably can put color as well. I'm not quite sure if it's going to take an effect, but you can put a class as well. So you can do a lot of things. That's why uh, I don't really want to put it in the backend, because all these things you can do it yourself and you can do a lot of customization around it. Um, so it's way better than actually me limiting it and putting it in the Raffle plugin, and then from there probably gonna ask, oh, can I have a custom class or anything like that? Um, Custom question. So, and then you can copy this class. So you need to have a bit of knowledge of how WordPress works. It can do a lot of things. So you can change the font size, colors, anything like that. So what I did, I wrapped it up in a paragraph, and I displayed the options. All right. So this is how it's going to be displayed. All right. So save it. If I go back, I'm not very sure if that's going to be taking effect. Shop. Which one was it? Car raffle? No. Laptop raffle. Is it laptop raffle? No. Was it car raffle? Car raffle tickets. All right. So there you go. It changed the color, it changed the font size and everything. Oh, this is probably the paragraph. So you have to change the paragraph in there. All right. So we can do a lot of things. That's why it's best to have. Sometimes you should like work on custom things and put them into functions.php of your child theme. Okay. So how are we gonna validate this thing? Okay. So we displayed only for a reference product. Again here, if you wanted to display it only for a product, you could actually say if product ID not equal. Um, so we can go to products and grab an ID from there. And we want to display it only for a single product, we can actually see it in here. So if we want to only display to iPhone raffle tickets, that question, you can only do it. You can see this is the product ID that you have, post equals 77. That's the ID. All right. So you can actually say if product ID not equal 77, you just say return. All right. And it's not going to be displaying uh, for that product. All right. So you can do a lot of things, very customizable in many ways. So now what we want to do, we want to validate. Okay. So we look back at the action here. It says WooCommerce add to cart validation. That's what we want to trigger our um, validation, and it's going to take a custom function, which one is called task code add to cart validate, and it's going to be taking a priority of 20 and 5 parameters, which are going to be defined here: validate, quantity, product ID, quantity, variation ID, and variation is equal null, and that's going to be our 5 parameters. All right, you should also pass 5 in here. If you pass 3 or 4, WooCommerce is going to complain, anything like that. So then we want to see if we receive the post with a question raffle product. If it's not there, it means it's not displayed in the front end, so we should not worry about it, and return validate. All right. If we get that, we want to sanitize it. All right. Um, After we sanitize it, we have to look at it. If we have the validate true, all right, and the value is empty, which is here, right? Don't put a space or anything, or you can do something like trim here, and it's gonna trim it left and right, and we should be getting rid of the spaces from the beginning and end. And from here, mm, from here we can look at validate value. If it's empty, we say, you know what, validate. Doesn't validate, we say false, and then we say, hey, select an answer, right? And that's going to be displayed. If it's validate, if it's true, if you pass this um, statement, we go to the next one and say if it's validate and the value is not equal to the correct answer, hey, you know what is wrong, try again. So update that, go back in, and that's the whole thing. It's pretty easy to do it, pretty customizable. So that's why I don't really want to put it in the back end of the Raffle plugin. A few people ask me how to do it, and this is the video how to do it. So it's up to you how you want it to, what questions, how many questions, anything like that. You can customize it the way you want here, like sizes, positions, or anything like that. So the sky is the limit when you want to customize it. So yeah, that's it. If you want to have it in the, if you want to have something like in the checkout, what I recommend, it's a lot of other, I would say this is the best way. If you want to have it in the checkout, there are other plugins which I recommend, um, like a checkout field editor, checkout, oops, checkout field manager or something. Um, and with these, you can actually add like a checkbox. Oh, this one here. You can add a checkbox and say, are you over 18 or anything like that? Are you legally, uh, uh, can you actually play a raffle or anything like that? And oh, check out for. So that's another thing, or you can actually put it here, or you can add another drop down, uh, like a select, uh, and then it's gonna be displayed, Um, yeah, this is pretty much it, how you can actually do it. I hope it's gonna be useful. If not, if you're struggling with setting it up, drop me a line on my email, and I would gladly help you. All right, thank you very much, and hope to see you next time on next video. Bye bye.